Lays one in there for him, but this rest of this lineup, Garcia, and it will be Ronald Acuña Jr. starting it off. Boy, he and Ohtani, a couple of leadoff cots at the top of these orders. They 1-0. And Acuña puts a charge into one, deep like center field. And what a way to start for Acuña. He's gone again. Ball, second pitch fastball, deposited to right center in loanDepot, which is not easy. Garcia skies one on the infield to the left side. It will be Okamoto, newly acquired, now no early. Ball with a strike on Rise. Fouls it away. Have to be careful because some reason to the WBC, like Omar Lopez, their manager said, he steps it up when he has Venezuela on the chest with the power. Waits for a 2-2, and that one came close to clipping him. Loves the count full. Get Yamamoto out and get to the bullpen. This will be the 7th pitch to Rise, another 3-2. He fouls another one away. Go. He remembers a semifinal loss to Puerto Rico. 3-2 pitch and Rise skies it again. Play belong to Japan. 34 of them in their 4-0 sweep of Pool D. Some power, to say the least, in the top three of Ohtani, Sato, and Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs. Suarez faces Ohtani. Lefty on lefty. And Ohtani will take a strike. Great big game pitcher and Ranger Suarez. Ohtani did not play and they haven't done. And that's Chase out of the strike zone. To one pitch. Ohtani golfs it into right field. And the leadoff men have made an impact, to say the least. We're tied. What a start. Are you kidding me, Adam? That is unreal. Sato fouls it off his leg. That might be the most emotion I've ever seen out of Shohei Ohtani and homer. Break him and Ohtani beat us. It's hard to do that in the leading off the game. Called strike 3. Well-placed sinker by Suarez. Sato doesn't like the call. And there's one down. We have 5 to win here. Eaton as well from Henry. Ramirez, and then the 2 tonight. 4 and 3 games for the right. Yeah, Aaron Judge was the second on that's right. Second hitter. 3 years. We talked about Luis Arraez and what he does when he puts on the Venezuela uniform. Yoshida is that guy from Japan. Talked to Alex Cora yesterday, and he said, "Listen, we need him to pretend like he's wearing the Japanese uniform. He puts the Red Sox one back on." Glad how good he's been in the WBC. Only averaged about 9 with Toronto. He's going to join the Blue Jays this year after 11 years with the Yomiuri Giants. Odo will take a nice curve ball, backdoor breaking ball for a strike. This is a power hitter who dealt with an elbow injury last year and still had an OPS over 1,000. Major power hitter in the middle of this lineup. There goes the runner. Pitches down and away. Thrown on to second base. Not in time. Now, immediately, Ezequiel Tovar wants a review and getting to the base, and he is being helped off the field. As you said, AJ, that tag looked like it was on the rib of Suzuki prior to him reaching the bag and eventually sliding past it. This is a concern now for Team Japan. Then he's playing center field for him. Yep. Tom Bertucci talk about Ezequiel Tovar and the excellent numbers he's put together against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He climbs in the leadoff, the Venezuelan second. And take a strike down the pipe on a slider. Those numbers make no sense. It just don't make any sense. As good as Yamamoto's, you think no one would have numbers like that against him. Tovar with a charge and on the center, and this one is off the face of the wall. Tovar stays hot. That's why he's in the lineup. His numbers against Yamamoto, and he goes after the first one he sees. This game has all the makings for a classic, Adam. I know we're only in the second inning. Both these teams are on it. They're locked in. Tovar dancing. And Torres takes a close one for ball two. Yamamoto going into his third season in Major League Baseball with the Dodgers. Storied Japanese baseball career prior to Major League Baseball. 2-2 pitch to Torres. Left field. Yoshida turns around and watches it go up the top of the fence. That'll score a run. Venezuela regains the lead on an RBI double from Torres. For the Red Sox. His Red Sox teammate Yoshida is currently playing that spot for the Japanese. Takes a big cut and a diving splitter. That's the first splitter that Yamamoto's done. That is the typical Yamamoto split finger that we have seen with him with the Dodgers. First one that was down, first one that dove away from the lefty. Saw opponents in under 200. You know, Miguel Cabrera, one of the hitting coaches for Venezuela, is trying to keep his guys sharp against him. Bouncing ball, right side and fire. How about that as your hitting coach, Miguel Cabrera? First ballot Hall of Famer, Triple Crown winner. I thought it was hilarious when Omar Lopez. We asked him about Mickey today in our meeting. He said he yells at the play. They almost got him. Torres gets back. Oh. Hey! So 1-2 on a break. And breaking ball drops outside. Abreu, a platoon guy, really hits right-handers 60 points better than left-handers. Nobody out for the 35-year-old Perez. Takes a splitter, a strike. I don't think he's going to bunt here, Adam. I don't know how many sacrifice bunts Salvador Perez has in his career, but I don't think it's very many. When you have this guy, your captain, a Hall of Fame catcher hitting 8, that shows you the depth. Flies one out towards right field. Coming in quickly is Sato. Played multiple positions for Japan. He makes the grab for the first out. A much needed one for Yamamoto here in the second. Meeting on younger players and younger players, Churio just turned 22 on Wednesday. Taps it found, nothing at 2. That's how old Sal Perez was when he first joined Team Venezuela 13 years ago. Now, Churio, one of the youngest, Perez, the oldest. The Venezuela strikes. He kind of shows it and uses the splitter, the curveball, the slider, the cutter, all the different pitches to get the outs, mainly the splitter. He does not throw a lot of fastballs, especially when it gets hit. This is where Pool D was played with Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Netherlands, and Israel. Two-strike pitch to Arise, and he leans out of the way, 2-2. We were talking before the game about the game tomorrow. Fouls it away. And if I had to bet, okay. Runner on second, nobody out. If I had to take one guy in Major League Baseball to try to get him over, I would take Luis Ariz. Yamamoto is filthy nasty. But Luis Ariz bat control, I probably won't do it because I just said it. Well, you can tell by his swings, he is trying to make sure he misses on the right side. bouncing ball to the right side. Maki has it, with the runner over. 49th pitch for Yamamoto. He records his 7th out. One away in the third, and Garcia to third base. Did you see how happy Luis Arraez was, Ray? He hit a weak ground ball to second. He's running the first, clapping, looking at the contest. Leash not much longer now. Suarez waves at a breaking ball. It's 0-2. Nasty pitch that falls off the table there for Yamamoto. So good at commanding up and down, in and out of the strike zone. An 11-time seeing of Tovar against Yamamage. Maikel Venezuela grew up rolling up socks into balls so that he and his family could play baseball in the middle of the street. Rounds one foul, 1-1. So many stories like that. Tovar protects the plate, rounds it foul. If I'm Yamamoto, I just bounce another curveball. He's shown he'll chase it, Tovar will. It's slower right there. He was on that slider because it had more velocity. He can bounce and put those outside. He's got such a great mix. 6-pitch mix last year, as we showed you earlier. And that slider is the rarest pitch in his arsenal, but he can bust it out and get some swings and misses on it too. Back to a fastball in his mouth. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Tournament so far, winning it a record 3 times. The Dominican Republic has a title, as does the United States. Payoff pitch to Genda. And he draws a walk. Second walk issued by Suarez, and the leadoff man is aboard here in the third for Japan. Don't forget who's moving now in that vaunted Pool D during pool play in their 4 games. After the conference, Wakatsuki showed fun. He does it again and lays down a beauty. Beautiful, fundamental Japanese baseman. Now to aboard for Sato. He swings at the first Suarez offering. This is a power hitter, in fact. This is the Central League MVP a year ago. Best way to make him pay for walking Shohei a chance to do something behind him. It's a little bit insulting when you're the guy hitting behind an intentional walk. It should maybe lock in a little bit more, but Major Suarez is a tough lefty. Juan already communicating with the bullpen. Zenith Fem tosses. Omar Lopez said 4 innings for 60 pitches max is what he's looking for Suarez. I think if he gets out of this inning, it might be done for him. There's been some high stress. Santo lines one fair down the left field by. Gendo will come around and score all the way to the corner for Acuña. Ohtani will stop at third base. An RBI double for Teruaki Sato. Kurzetti's had to throw. He's thrown a few good sliders, but that changeup, which we've come to know him for, he has not been able to command at all. Morishita bounces it foul, 1-1. Great season, as we said. You hate to lose Suzuki for Team Japan, but it's not a massive drop-off the plate nor in the field with Morishita. Midfield takes a step back on a 2-2. And he lifts the deep to left field. Ray raging back. This ball is gone. Japan takes the lead. Off the bench, Morishita delivers. Step up for your country and slam a 3-run shot. Ground ball off the bat of Yoshida, picked up by Torres, and there's the second out of the third inning. A bad changeup. I just kept talking about the changeup. That's a bad changeup. He wants it down and away. He got it. Floats it down and in.